Hello students, welcome to today's class. In the last class I have discussed dot product or scalar product of vectors. Today I will discuss cross product. It is also called a vector product of vectors. Dot product or scalar product is used in physics in many places. One familiar example is the work done by a force. It is given by F dot ds, where F is the force and ds is the displacement. Another example is electric flux passing through a surface ds. It is given by E dot and ds. You can see it here. This is an example from third semester paper electricity, which I am teaching now for the third semester students. You can see that this electric flux d phi is defined as E dot and ds, where ds is the area through which the flux is passing. That is shown here. This is the area ds, and this n cap is the unit normal to that area. So if n cap is unit normal to the area, and if this E is electric field vector, then the electric flux passing through the area ds is defined as this E dot n ds. Now we come to the definition of cross product or vector product. By definition, A cross B is a vector and its magnitude is given by AB sin theta. You can see it here. This is magnitude of A cross B. It is given by AB sin theta, where theta is the angle between A and B. You can see it here. This is theta. And since A cross B is a vector, we have to specify its direction. Actually, A cross B is perpendicular to both A and B vectors. We can say it is perpendicular to the plane containing A and B. But there will be two perpendiculars for that plane. You have to take the correct perpendicular, and the correct perpendicular is given by this right-handed screw rule. That is, you have to rotate a right-handed screw from the first vector to second vector. That is from A to B. It is shown here. It is if the screw is rotated from A to B like this, then screw will move in the upward direction. So that is the direction of A cross B. From this definition, it is also very clear that A cross B will be equal to minus B cross A. A cross B and B cross A are in opposite directions, and they have equal magnitude. So A cross B will be equal to minus B cross A. That can be seen very easily. If you take a B cross A in this equation, then magnitude of B cross A is B into A into sin theta. That is also same as A into B into sin theta. So magnitudes are same, but the direction will be different, because when you rotate a right-handed screw from B to A, that is, if you rotate a right-handed screw from B to A, then screw will move in the downward direction. So this will be the direction of B cross A. So A cross B and B cross A are oppositely directed, and they are having same magnitude. So A cross B will be equal to minus B cross A, that I have written here. It is actually called anti-commutative property. That is anti-commutative property. We have already seen that the dot product is having commutative property. A dot B is equal to B dot A, but here it is anti-commutative. A cross B is equal to minus B cross A, or B cross A is equal to minus A cross B. Now if you are writing A and B in terms of ijk vectors like this, and if you take A cross B, then there will be 9 terms, because each of the term of the first vector is multiplied by 3 terms of the second vector. So these are the 3 terms. So totally 9 terms will be there. Out of that, I cross I will be 0, J cross J will be 0, and K cross K will be 0, because angle between I and I will be 0 degree. So here you will get a sin 0 from the definition, and the result will be a vector having 0 magnitude, that is a 0 vector. 6 terms will be there, and you have to use the fact that I cross J is equal to K, J cross I is equal to minus K, and so on. And finally, the cross product can be written as a determinant of 3 by 3 matrix like this. The uppermost row will be ijk, second row will be the components of the first vector, third row will be components of the second vector. And from this equation itself, you can see that a cross b is equal to minus b cross a, because if you interchange the rows like this, then b will come in the second row. So that is b cross a, and a will come in the third row. So that is b cross a. If you interchange two rows of the determinant, then there will be a change in sign. If you expand this determinant, then you will get three terms like this with a negative sign for j, and we can take this negative sign inside and rewrite. I have rewritten it here. You can actually remember this formula using the last equation. That is, the x component is ay bz minus az by. So y and z will come in the x component. Similarly, the next term will be j cap into, you can see this diagram here. So the second term is j cap, means it is the y component. So az bx will come minus ax bz. When you go in the reverse direction, this is ax bz, that will be with a minus sign. Here you can see minus ax bz. And what is the third term? Third term is actually k cap into, k cap means it is a z component. So it will be ax by, you can see it here, ax by minus ay bx. That you are traveling in the anti-clockwise direction, so you have to put a negative sign ay bx. Another interesting property of cross product is that magnitude of a cross b is equal to area of the parallelogram whose adjacent sides are represented by the vectors a and b. I have shown that in this diagram. You can see a here, b here. These are two vectors, and they are drawn in such a way that their tails are coinciding. Then you can complete the parallelogram whose adjacent sides are a and b. Then you can show that the area of the parallelogram is equal to magnitude of a cross b. To prove this, let us draw this diagonal SQ. This diagonal SQ will divide the total parallelogram into two equal triangles. So area of the parallelogram will be twice the area of the triangle PSQ, that is PQS. So twice into area of PQS will be the area of PQRS, or area of the parallelogram, and area of the triangle is half base into height. So you can see it here. This is half, base is a, you can see the base a here, and height is this one. This is the height of the triangle, that is equal to b sin theta. You can see from this right angle triangle, hypotenuse is this b, and this is the opposite side, and opposite side by hypotenuse is sin theta. So opposite side will be hypotenuse into sin theta, that is written here, that is b sin theta. So this is the height is b sin theta. If you cancel half and half here, then you will get a ab sin theta. Ab sin theta is equal to magnitude of a cross b. ഇവിടെ ഈ റൈറ്റ് ഹാൻഡഡ് സ്ക്രൂ എന്ന് പ്രത്യേകം പറയാൻ എന്താ കാരണം നിങ്ങൾ വിചാരിക്കുന്നുണ്ടാവും. വെറുതെ സ്ക്രൂ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ പോരെ. ശരിക്ക് റൈറ്റ് ഹാൻഡഡ് സ്ക്രൂവും ലെഫ്റ്റ് ഹാൻഡഡ് സ്ക്രൂവും ഉണ്ട്. പക്ഷേ കോമൺ ആയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ കാണുന്ന സ്ക്രൂ എല്ലാം റൈറ്റ് ഹാൻഡഡ് സ്ക്രൂ ആണെന്നേ ഉള്ളൂ. ഉദാഹരണത്തിന് കുപ്പിയുടെ മൂടി, അതുപോലെ എന്തെങ്കിലും ഫിക്സ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി നമ്മൾ കടകളിൽ നിന്ന് വാങ്ങുന്ന സ്ക്രൂകൾ, ഇതെല്ലാം റൈറ്റ് ഹാൻഡഡ് ആയിരിക്കും. പക്ഷേ ലെഫ്റ്റ് ഹാൻഡഡ് സ്ക്രൂ നിങ്ങൾ അപൂർവം കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. ഉദാഹരണത്തിന് മിക്സിയുടെ ബ്ലേഡ് ടൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന സ്ക്രൂ, അത് പലതിലും ലെഫ്റ്റ് ഹാൻഡഡ് സ്ക്രൂ ആണ് ഉപയോഗിച്ച് കാണുന്നത്. അതുപോലെ പെൺകുട്ടികളുടെ കാതിലയുടെ സ്ക്രൂ, അതും ഈ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ ലെഫ്റ്റ് ഹാൻഡഡ് സ്ക്രൂ ആണ് മിക്കവാറും കാണുക. അതിൻ്റെ കാരണം എന്താണെന്ന് എനിക്ക് അറിഞ്ഞുകൂടാ. ചിലപ്പോൾ അത് ഇടത്തെ കൈ കൊണ്ട് ഇടുന്നതോ എന്തെങ്കിലും കാരണം ഉണ്ടാവുമായിരിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെയുള്ള സ്ക്രൂ നമ്മൾ വിചാരിക്കുന്ന പോലെ അല്ല മൂവ് ചെയ്യുക. നമ്മൾ മുറുക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി തിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ അത് അഴിഞ്ഞു വരിക ചെയ്യുക, അഴിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി തിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ അത് മുറുകി വരിക ചെയ്യുക. അങ്ങനെ ലെഫ്റ്റ് ഹാൻഡ് സ്ക്രൂ ഉണ്ട്, അതിൻ്റെ ഡയറക്ഷൻ ഓഫ് മൂവ്മെൻറ്റ് വ്യത്യാസമുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഇത് പ്രത്യേകിച്ചിട്ട് നമ്മളിവിടെ റൈറ്റ് ഹാൻഡിൻ്റെ സ്ക്രൂ റൂൾ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്.